Hello everyone, I'm Dionysius. We are here tonight with Mr. Orlando Wilson. Hello Andy.
Ciao.
And I would like to discuss a certain topic. Today we saw a video of a drone, of a Hezbollah drone, flying over some Israeli port. Was it Haifa or something like that?
Haifa.
Okay, and in my eyes, there was a complete lack of defense, countermeasure, or whatever.
The funny thing is, when that video come out, and I didn't realize it, that came out today, Hezbollah was live streaming that.
Oh.
And it wasn't just the port, they flew over spy installations, etc. And the fact that Hezbollah, especially Israel is at war, that Hezbollah was able to fly a drone over the port of Haifa that was, if I am correct, was attacked the other day by missiles from Iraq.
So all the geolocation, all this, coordination, geolocation, all this stuff. Yeah.
So there was absolutely, the drone flew in undetected and was able to do the surveillance, which means if it can do the surveillance, it can do the attack.
Well, the thing is, people have not realized that there is not such a thing as a foolproof defense. There is not such a thing as, it's not just setting up a wall.
Well, this is the thing. This is how drones have changed things. And again, looking at it from installation security, and I was talking to somebody this afternoon, they was on about oil, was using this popped up, and again, how to secure an oil installation. And they're like, places they know, yes, they have got defenses up, but they're not going to be able to defend against this drone.
Yeah.
Even if they've got military on site, the military surface-to-air missiles, as far as I know, are not going to be able to go after the drone because the drone is too small.
And even if they can, the drone will cost a few hundred euros. The defense is going to cost what?
Yeah, but I don't think that effective. I don't think they could lock on to that unless it's guided.
Yeah.
They're not going to lock on to the heat signature.
And we're not far from, drone swarms.
Drone swarms. Let me just shout out, and we was talking about this thing this afternoon, and this gentleman I was talking to was on about an oil facility, port, etc. And we were discussing how these places could be targeted. To learn how to defend, you got to think about how to attack.
How would you attack it? Yeah.
And I said to him, if I was looking to work out the defense for this place, if I was a bad guy, my initial reconnaissance would be releasing silver foil balloons.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, if you've got defense that can pick up on those silver foil balloons, they'll be able to pick up on a drone. Okay. But the chances are nobody's going to be able to pick up on those silver foil balloons.
Would you attach anything to the balloons or just? Okay.
If it's initial reconnaissance, why?
Okay, just to see what.
Just to see if there's a reaction.
Okay.
And I think this is how detailed you need to be. If you've got a facility and you can't pick up on a silver foil balloon.
But you just mentioned the balloons, and my mind went to the Chinese balloons, a year ago or something like that.
The North Koreans are doing it now. They're sending balloons across the border into the south with feces and rubbish.
Okay.
So everything's going low tech again. We're going back to balloons. Yeah. The Israelis are using a trebuchet to send fireballs into whatever. So everything's going low tech again. But again, there's something else. I mentioned something you brought up the other day about remoting the drone.
Remote view and remote operation of the drone.
Okay, we could put a drone in a location, and that drone, again, we could put a couple of drones in different locations. The person that put them there can disappear, and those drones can then be
remotely operated
from a different country or anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
So this is where it's like the drone can be in place, the operator can be in another country, another time zone, another continent, and you can still perform an attack.
Yeah.
So even down to, I think the thing as far as ports are concerned, how are you or logistical hubs, how are you going to protect those areas? And I mentioned again about, on the post I put up, about how could a vessel in a port protect itself?
Mm-hmm.
Even if they've got anti-drone measures at sea, even if they got guys on guard with shotguns, if you're going into a port, you're not going to be able to have a guy on board with a shotgun. Why? Because of the legalities with firearms, etc., etc. If you've got jammers, you're not going to be able to use the jammers in most ports because, again, you have to obey the laws of the country that you're going into. The jammers in the port can interfere with communications, etc., etc. So how are you going to protect against these?
And the funny thing is, because it all comes down to money. If you hit one target and then you force everybody to defend all targets 24/7,
Well, you think the insurance costs. If one ship is hit, then okay, that's a war zone. The insurance for
It's
ships
gone.
going into that area has just gone through the roof.
and the cost of whatever they're carrying.
That's terrorism.
Yeah.
And this is what people don't realize. People think, okay, terrorism is about causing inconvenience and causing cost. It's putting fear into people. It doesn't have to be a direct attack. If there's an incident and everybody's insurance goes through the roof, the same if you look at what's happened in Eilat in Israel.
Okay.
Apparently no ships are going into Eilat. Tourism is dead. Tourism's dead in Israel. Why? Because the Yemenis have been hitting Eilat.
Okay.
So that's made that a no-go area. You look at the issues with the ships coming through the Red Sea. How much the insurance costs have gone through the roof.
Yeah.
So that the insurance cost goes up, so the cost of goods goes up globally. That's terrorism.
That's very interesting. So, oil installation facilities are in trouble.
I think a lot of facilities are in trouble. It's just how do you start to defend against this stuff? Because people's not been, I can put it, people have taken their, I wouldn't say people have taken their eye off the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I think drone technology is just developing so quickly that it's going to be very difficult to defend against. Drone technology is developing a hell of a lot quicker and simpler than drone defense.
Yeah. Well, I'm afraid that we're going to see drastic measures. Governments are going to take drastic measures. But can they?
Well,
Are they going
this
to
is
strangle
something
the
that-
industry?
This is the same thing. License all drones.
I will have my license, but the bad guy will not care about licensing.
You can have your license, but again, it's the same as saying hand in all guns in America.
Mm-hmm.
How many guns are out there?
Who knows?
Fucking too many. How many high cap magazines? Too many. Everybody's not going to hand them in. Are the criminals going to hand in their drones? No. Can people make drones?
Yes, absolutely.
You can get the parts. You can do this. So
You can find online how to. There is so much awesome on.
So this is where it's the same as the bad guys. You have to license your drone, and if I have a drone, I'll license my drone. But the bad guys don't care about that. They'll go and get the designs, and they'll order the parts. They'll make their drone, and they'll just go on being bad guys.
And thank you very much.
And thank you very much. Do you think Hezbollah is going to license their drones?
Most probably,
Yeah. Is the Yemenis going to say, "Excuse me, we've got some drones here. We need licensing. Can we get some permits for these guns as well?"
No.
Like, fuck you, right?
Yeah, especially after what they've been through all these years.
But that's another story.
Yeah.
And we're not going to get political, even though people know we're political. Anyway,
Okay, so that's all for now. Thank you for your time. If you have any relevant questions or meaningful comments, you can use the comment section below. And that's all for now. Thank you very much.
be good, stay safe, and watch out for drones.
Or fly drones.